Hello dear friends. Today we are going to see the topic winding and winding factors. In electrical machines, winding is playing a very vital role. We are going to say that there is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction is there. We are going to consider the three factors for it. First is the magnetic field. Second is the coil, winding or conductor. And third is the relative motion. So relative motion you are going to get achieved by using a different methods. Magnetic field is going to get created by creating the winding. So for creating magnetic field we will require the winding, and for conductor, coil or the winding, in all three we will require that winding will going to get cut the magnetic field in case of generator, or in case of motor winding will produce the magnetic field, and this magnetic field will going to get interact with other and it will create the force to drive the motor shaft. So we are going to get see the winding in little bit detail. Winding is the form of coil which made up of conductor or wire. When current flow in a coil, magnetic flux will be produced which lead to establishment of the flux. The winding plays a vital role. Suppose we will take the example. An alternator in which winding are arranged in different slots, because in the stator there are slots is there, in rotor there are slots is there. If we are take the alternator as an example, then in alternator stator carries the armature winding. At the same moment rotor carry the field winding. So we are going to get put the winding in both the side. These windings are mainly going to get classified on the basis of concentrated winding and distributed winding. A concentrated winding you can see on this side. In figure 1 we can see there is one N pole, another S pole, and one conductor is taken under N pole, another conductor is taken under S pole, and it will going to get connected. So here we are going to get connected this. In another one, back side is again going to get connected, again this side is going to get connected, and again we are going to do this. So this is a winding which is creating the wave type of the structure. So winding is again having the wave as well as lap winding. But here you can see this winding is moving starting from here and going there, and then again coming to this point, going ahead and again moving and go back and create the loop here. See here, it will creating the coil. So this is called a lap type of the winding. So we can go ahead with this. What is the concentrated winding? In this winding, the coils are not distributed, rather than they are concentrated in one particular slot. There are many slots are there. This is the armature poles are equal to number of armature slot. Concentrated winding can induce maximum EMF, but the nature of EMF is not exactly sinusoidal, because it is a concentrated at one place, at one slot. So where the winding is available, more EMF is going to get generated there. So it will going to get disturb the sinusoidal nature. Concentrated winding, the coil side of given phase are concentrated in single slot under a given pole. So individual coil voltage induces in phase with each others. In concentrated type, all the coil side will be placed in one slot under a pole. So induced EMF in all the coils will achieve maximum or minimum at the same times. Suppose we will take a slot. In that slot, upper side there is the one conductor, downward side there is another conductor. So both the conductor will take its maximum position at the same time or minimum position at the same time, because both are going to get cut the flux at the same time. So all of them will be in phase. Hence, the resultant EMF after connecting coil in series will be algebraic sum of all the EMFs as all are in phase. This is the important point we have to consider. Just we can go with another details. Now see the figure. Here I am showing there is a one coil side number 1. In another coil side number 2 is going to get shown. The coil side number 1 is under the pole of N and coil side 2 is under the influence of pole S. Both the coils are separated by 180 electrical degree. A coil is having span, that is called a span, which is equal to 180 degree. So this is going to get called as full pitch coil. When this coil side or the conductors are going to get cut the magnetic field, it will going to get induces the EMF according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic inductions. So coil side 1 will going to get induces the one EC1 and coil side 2 is going to get induces the EMF, that is EC2, and both is going to get added. The phasor addition is going to get done. At the same time, if you are looking towards the next figure, in the next figure you can see coil side 1 is under the influence of N pole, but the coil side 2 is not exactly under the influence of S pole. It will making some angle alpha with the center of the pole and coil side 2. A coil having a span less than 180 electrical degree is called as short pitch coil or fractional pitch coil. It is also called as corded coil. That's why a short pitch coil factor is going to get introduced. So stator winding using a fractional pitch coil is called as corded winding. Remember this. So the three words is there. One is called as corded winding, another is called as fractional pitch coil, third is called as short pitch coil. If the span of coil is reduced by an angle alpha electrical degree, see here, alpha degree, this is alpha electrical degree, the coil span will become 180 minus alpha. That is also in electrical degree. But in case of full pitch coil, the distance between the two coil side of is exactly equal to the pole pitch. That is a 180 degree electrical. So as a result, voltage in full pitch coil is such that the voltage of each side of coil is in phase. Each side of coil is in phase. Now we will take again another example. Here we are going to consider a three-phase winding. So you can see three-phase winding can be connected in star, can be connected in delta, depending on your requirement. So here I am going to get mark in picture the 3 points. SA, FA is the coil 1, coil A. Then SB, FB is the coil 2nd. SC and FC is the coil 3. S is the start, F is the finish. So likewise there are 6 points is available. These 6 points we are going to get connected under the influence of the different poles. So S pole, N pole, S pole, N pole. So while doing this, first note that each winding does not start or finish under the same pole. If it is start under the S pole, then it shall be ended under the influence of N pole. And if it will start under the influence of N pole, then it will going to get finished under the influence of S pole. Two coil side of a given coil lies in identical magnetic condition of opposite polarity. Again, this is a important identical magnetic condition of opposite polarity. So these two things is important when you are going to get make the winding. This implies that when seen from the coil terminal, EMF produced in two coil sides is added up. Check here. When you are going for under S pole, there is a one or two conductor is under the influence of S pole, so it is going to get added up. If we assume that the poles on the rotor are moving in left as shown, see here, this is we are shown left, then relative motion of the armature conductor is towards the right. This implies that identical magnetic conditions will be seen by the conductor of phase A. So we have started with A, followed by phase C, followed by phase B. The induced EMF in coil or phases A, B, C may be said to be produced in a phase sequence of A, B, C, then A, B, C, and again A, B, C. So likewise it is going to happen. The time interval between the two phases to achieve identical magnetic conditions would depend on the relative motion or relative speed of motion and on spatial separatization of the phases. If you are looking into the figure, then the phases are so laid down that each phase is separated from one another by an angle of 120 degree. So here there is angle of 120 electrical degree. Concept is clear? Next, the winding reflects in a figure. The figure is already here. You can see same figure is continuing. Is an open winding since both ends are open. See here, both ends are open. This is the open end, this is another end. So both ends are open. It has been brought out for suitable connections. So here, as per our requirement, you can go for delta or you can go for star depending on your requirement. It is a wave winding since progresses from one pole towards another. So one conductor is under this, another conductor is under on next pole, another conductor again in the next pole, another conductor is again in next pole. So we are going to connect it. So likewise we are going to get connected. So this is called a wave type of winding. So this is a concentrated winding because all the coils of one phase are concentrated under same pole under one pole. And this portion, this data is very important while solving the problems. Maximum time the students are making mistake here. So it is a half coil winding because there is only one half of a coil, one side of coil in each slot. The coil means this is called a coil. See here. This is a conductor by which we are making the coil. This is a coil. So it is a full pitch because all coils are of one coil are 180 electrical degree apart. That is, they lie under identical magnetic conditions but opposite polarity. Its another meaning is if first is in under N pole, then next should be under S pole. Again then there is N pole, again there should be under Yes. Consider it's clear. Then we are going to get see chorded or fractional pitch winding. Most single layer windings are full pitch winding. Two layers whole coil windings are generally designed on an armature as chorded or fractional pitch winding. Why? Instead of taking the full pitch, we are reducing it to the fractional pitch or short pitch. The basic reason is saving of copper, because winding is made up by using the material copper. So in fractional pitch, less copper is required. So we are going to get save the copper, which is going to get reduce the cost of your machines. Along with the saving of copper, here again two important aspect is there. One, reduce the magnetic force harmonics produced by the armature winding. Magnetic harmonic produced by the armature winding, and reduce the EMF harmonics produced in the winding without reducing the magnitude of the fundamental EMF wave to a great extent. So the advantages of fractional pitch winding is this: one, saving of copper; another, it will reduces the MMF, magnetic force harmonic produced by the armature winding; and third, it will reduce the EMF harmonics induced in the winding. So we are going to say that fractional pitch windings are almost universally used for AC synchronous generator armatures. Then you can look towards the figure. Here the armature portion is shown, or stator part is going to be shown, in which there is only one conductor is there. So it is called single layer. And if in the same conductor, in downward half we are say one conductor, and in upward half you can say another conductor. So it is double layer. So winding is again having types: single layer winding and double layer winding. So double layer winding differs from the single layer winding mainly on following points. Each slot is occupied by the two sides of a coil. Each coil is arranged to form two layer round stator. Concept clear? One layer of the winding lies in the upper half, another is in the downward half. Unlike the concentrated winding, double layer winding consists of identical coils, all of the same shape and pitch. Short pitch, and all are in short pitch. So in double layer winding, coil pitch is the distance between the top and the bottom side of the coil, expressed by the number of slots spanned, or by the coil size, or by the number of slots occupied by each coil side. A coil pitch which may be full or fractional. Coil pitch may be full or fractional. Majority stator winding use fractional pitch coils. Already I have shown the reasons: copper, say, reducing the copper loss, reducing MMF, reducing EMF harmonics. So on the basis of this, there is a two factors is the important one. In your syllabus directly they are mentioning the factors. One is called as coil span factor, and another is called as distribution factor. So winding factor is defined as a product of distribution factor multiplied by coil span factor. Distribution factor measure as a resultant voltage of distributed winding regards concentrated winding, and coil span factor is the measure of number of armature slot between the two sides of the coil. So first, in the first slot it will carry the coil side. After leaving few slot, another coil side is going. So under the influence of N pole, first is coming, second is coming under the influence of S pole. So in between these two, how many slots are there? That is going to get counted. So on the basis of this, we are going towards the factor. Now again see the name, coil span factor or pitch factor or chord factor or Kc, capital K suffix C or capital K suffix P. So we are going to get define it. Pitch factor is defined as it is a ratio of voltage induced in a short pitch winding to the voltage that would be induced if windings are full pitch. So comparative statement is made regarding the voltage induced into the short pitch winding to the voltage that would be induced if windings are full pitch. The distance between the two coil side of coil is called as coil span or coil pitch factor, or it is also known as cording factors. Already we have discussed this. The angular distance between the center line of one pole to center line of another pole. Remember this, full pitch, center line of N pole to center line of S pole. And full pitch is always 180 degree regardless of number of poles of the machine. You can see here Kc equal to actual voltage generated in the coil divided by voltage generated in the coil of span of 180 electrical degree. Same is also called as Kp, which is nothing but resultant EMF of a short pitch coil to the resultant EMF of full pitch coil. So we can create a formula. This is the figure where coil pitch side 1 is shown under influence of N pole, coil side 2 is under influence of S pole, and the fractional pitch is there, 180 minus alpha is there. So it is the fractional pitch, so it will not going to get directly added. The first, which is under the influence of N pole, so we can take AB for that N pole. Then after AB, the another should be going to get added like this. But if it is a full pitch, now it is a short pitch is there, so we are not going to get add here. We are going to get consider with this angle alpha. So it will going to get become now BC, and a resultant of this is nothing but AC. So with the help of this short pitch coil, actual voltage generated in the coil is become AC. See here, it is AC. And what is the requirement? Addition of this coil side 1 and this coil side 1 if it is a full pitch. So AB is there plus AB means it will go for twice of AB. But you can check, if AC is there, then a center line is putted, then D point will divide this line into two parts. That's why AC can be replaced by a distance between these two, AD. So it will become twice AD and this will become twice AB. So 2 get cancelled and remaining is AD. AD is this and AB is this, and this is the angle which is alpha by 2. This is angle alpha by 2. So we can take a cosine of this angle. So cosine of this angle is AD divided by AB. So cos of alpha by 2. Hence we are going to get created the formula for coil pitch factor or coil span factor. Cos Kc equal to cos of alpha by 2. Similarly, we are going towards a distributed winding. Already you are knowing in distributed winding, this is the phasor 1, to this it is a 1, then it is a 2, this is a 3, and this is a 4. So this angle in between these two is alpha, beta, beta be the value of angular displacement between the slots. So beta is going to get defined as it is a 180 degree divided by number of slot per pole, which is taken as a n. Now let's define the few terms. So m equal to number of slot per phase per pole, and m beta is equal to phase spread angle. So what is the KD? Distribution factor. Distribution factor is taken as it is a ratio of induced EMF in a coil group when winding is distributed in a number of slot to the induced EMF in the coil group when winding is concentrated in one slot. Once again I am repeating my definitions. Distributed factor is taken as it is the ratio of induced EMF with distributed winding to induced EMF with concentrated winding in one slot. So this is nothing but the ratio of vector sum of coil in the EMFs to arithmetic sum of coil of the EMFs. So from this figure we can say that the formulae is going to get designed for this, and this is like this. This is nothing but KD equals to, this is a K and this is a D. KD equals to sine of m beta by 2 divided by m into sine of beta by 2. See this change. These two formulas Kc and Kd are very important while solving the problems. You can clearly see the relationship in this figure also, and you can see the formula also, which is going to get created. So these are the basic details of the winding, which is required to understand the synchronous generator or synchronous motor and its related syllabus. I have collected this material from these references. So if anybody will want to go in more detail, then you can refer any one of these books. Thank you.